DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. And it's Monday, so Monday, when possible, I do a few tags. And will be no exception. Just finished doing Jasmine's tag, and now we'll get into Dave Nicholson's last Saturday 7-question tag. Hello there, Dave. And yes, I do hope you're having a good week. And let's get into it now. Question 1. If you could ask one person, alive or dead, only one question, who would you ask and what would you ask? Didn't think about this one. One person, alive or dead. You know, I could think of many people. I'm thinking of one right now. It just came into my head. I had a very good friend. We were really, really good friends. And when I changed my position, or I had to leave actually at one point, when the department closed and so on, he developed throat cancer, and he waited until he was almost, we would talk, and at one point I went to see him, not knowing that he had that, and he was a week before dying. And he had told me basically to come and see him. And we said goodbye. And I said to him, I love you, man. And my question would have been, why didn't you tell me? Actually, I know the answer. He didn't want to hurt me. He knew I would take it really hard. But I still felt like, why didn't you tell me? I really would have wanted to be with him more, and I would have taken the time. But yeah, so that's one. I'm certain there'd be a lot of others. Like I said, I know there'd be a lot of others. Question 2. If happiness, well, I've just put myself down by remembering that. Question 2. If happiness was the national currency, what kind of work would make you rich? Oh, do you remember there was a fad at one point where people would say, do you need a hug? And there'd be people in train stations or public places, and they would say, do you want a hug? They have like a little sign and so on. I'd probably, have to do something like that. Would you need a hug? You want to smile? Yeah. I'd probably make a lot of money if happiness was the national currency. Yeah. Question 3. What is... Oh, sorry, my eyes are giving out. What is your number one goal for the next 6 months? My number one goal for the next 6 months. Okay, what are we now? We're coming up to May. The 6 months will be until the end of the year, end of November, or end of October, actually. What month are we? Yeah, okay. Well, my number one goal, be happy with my family. Here on this earth, yeah. But otherwise, it'll be improve my Spanish. Keep on improving my Spanish. It's really it's become kind of like my job, so I feel really good at it. Yeah, okay, that's kind of an answer. Question 4. Would you ever give up your life to save someone else? As most people, I guess we would say, I sure hope so. And I believe that If it was for my family, my wife, my boys, basically my grandchildren, daughter-in-law, and the really close family, yes. Now, would I do it willingly? I'm a chicken. No, what I mean is, I think in a situation like that, I definitely like to say yes, and I definitely hope it would be yes. And seriously though, I think that if I was face to face with something like that, I guess I would just jump into it. Yeah. But something really, many of us, like I say, I think most people have answered. I'd sure like to be able to say yes, but I don't know. But if you've probably been in situations where you really needed to show guts, and depending on who was with you, you did. So like I say, and I could imagine. I mean, if I was in a situation where the grandkids needed something or were in danger, I would do all I could. Yes. Okay. What was that question? Was that question 4? Yeah. Question 5. Are you happy with yourself? Yes. I think in the last tag I've answered that pretty much, but yeah, I am actually, and I'm very happy with living the retired life. Wish I had more money. Definitely wish I had more money, but yeah. Question 6. What is the meaning of peace to you? Absence of strife, I suppose. Feeling good with myself, feeling good with my environment. In this case, if we're talking about peace, somebody's walking over there. If we're talking about peace, if it's peace, shalom, in the sense of a peace all encompassing what I'm living, that's pretty much the peace that I think is my definition of peace. Yeah. And some might say, what about peace in the world? There never will be. So, if my microenvironment is peaceful, then I guess that's my definition of peace. Question 7. What are 3 moral rules that you will never break? Those are one of those questions. I'm not even going to try and answer it. Because it doesn't matter what, you'll end up breaking something. But let me see. Loving my family, loving God, and living that golden rule: do to others what you would like others to do for you. And you know what? I break every one of those at times. There are no way, actually, there's no way that we never break any rules. So that's why there's forgiveness. That's why there's the need for reconciliation and so on. Because there's just no way that you're going to keep those rules all the time. Yeah. Okay, so that'll be it. I guess that pretty much done what I had to do here, and there's people walking around wondering what I'm doing. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. There's a little guy who's with his dad, and he's looking and wondering who's the weird man right now. Okay, that'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and hope that you have a good day. As you can see, they're walking right behind me, all around me. You know why? Because there's all the birds. Okay, DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.